Drop 100 recovery. So if you missed some of this, then you want to fix it up, here you go. All right, step one, first glance. If you weren't here, there's an image. You can kind of stretch it and see what it looks like. Okay, there it is. So it's that image. You're going to answer these questions in probably at least a couple of sentences. What time period do you think that is? When do you think this picture was taken? So give me an idea of what time period and why, like maybe a decade, maybe a year. The location, where do you think it is in terms of specifics of a place or just generally big city, small town, out in the country, whatever you want. People, what people do you think would be connected with that building? So that's a pretty easy one. What kind of people might be connected with it and why? Maybe zoom in, look at some details. And then emotions. Do you feel any emotions when you look at it? Tell me what kind of emotions you might feel and tell me why. That's pretty fast. Context. What do you think the purpose of that building was? What was it used for? Details. Tell me at least a couple of details you notice about that photograph, why they're important. What kind of events might go with it? Why would that building be important? And then tell me about the importance overall. What do you think is going on with that building? Maybe what was happening with it, or why it would matter today? Why would that be brought up today in a social studies class in Bloomington, Illinois? The Black History article, you could just get these answers off of here. You don't have to really worry about it. There's a quiz here, or the questions, and they're right there. So I'm not going to worry about that. They're here. If you wanted to read the article, there's a link to it up here, but you don't need to. In terms of going back to the photograph, it turns out, if you were here the day we went over in class, it's a YMCA in Chicago where Black history was actually invented by a guy named Carter G. Woodson. So when you look at your answers, what you thought it might be about, what did you get right? What did you get wrong? Who should look at that photograph? Who should learn about it? Use Google Maps to find a map or a route. How could you get there? So just put it in there, Bloomington, Illinois to the Wabash Avenue YMCA. You're going to just take a picture, a screen capture of the route, paste it in here. And what's around there? What else could you see if you were up there as a tourist in that area? Clean getaway, I'm not going to make you worry about, so you get to skip that. Voting rights video, you're actually going to get to do day 8. It tells you here, 27:23 to 30:51, so that's about 3.5 minutes. You're going to watch that. So get in there and watch it. The link is here. It'll open up if you go to it. There it is. I'm not going to play it here, but you'll watch the day 8 part. You're going to write about it. All you're writing about is one thing from that part of the video that you really remember. What was it? Tell me about why they might have showed it, why you remember it. Do it for part 9 of the video and do it for part 10. So it tells you here which little snippets to watch to answer those questions. And then there is one CNN 10 in here. It's February 24th. You've got the link to it right here. You're going to summarize what the story was about by filling in those green boxes. And then the self-quiz will maybe tell me something you think I would have talked about if you'd have been in class that day. Get those things fixed up and you will help out your drop 100 grade. Again, doing something is worth some points. Doing things well is worth a lot more.